Friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today I wanted to bring you my ultimate Scorch build for my Solar 3.0 Warlock that I am absolutely loving across all kinds of different content, and I have not seen a lot of people using, so I wanted to show it off for you guys today. It all starts with Dawn Chorus. The armor perk on this exotic is Rites of Ember. Your Daybreak projectiles cause targets to Scorch on contact. Your Scorch effects deal more damage, and you gain a small amount of melee energy each time your Scorch effects damage a target. So you're going to create a loop of scorching targets, generating ability energy, and then scorching more targets because your abilities are up pretty regularly. I'm going to add to that by scorching targets with Skyburner's Oath. When you're firing from the hip, the explosion is larger and applies Scorch to the target. You also have your Incinerator Snap and then Firebolt Grenade. This is a grenade not a lot of people use, but it allows me to scorch a lot of enemies at one time, especially when you add Touch of Flame, the solar aspect that increases target search and radius and maximum target count for the Firebolt Grenade. I'm also rocking the He Rises aspect. Final blows while airborne increase the duration of He Rises and grant melee energy. I'm going to try to grant melee energy as much as possible because I want that snap to apply Scorch to more targets. I'm also running Daybreak. It synergizes really well with Dawn Chorus and allows me to run this because a lot of times in PvE, almost everyone runs a Wall of Radiance. I wanted to mix it up and run Daybreak for a while, so this exotic allows me to do so and deal a nice little bit of damage on top of what Daybreak normally provides. We also have the Fragments. Ember of Singeing class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. This is huge, and I'll explain why in a second. Ember of Torches, power melee attacks against combatants, make you and your nearby allies radiant. That's going to synergize really well with Skyburner's Oath because it's going to allow you to have more damage dealt because you're constantly radiant by using Skyburners. And then Ember of Ashes, you apply more Scorch targets to targets, more Scorch stacks to targets, and then Ember of Searing, defeating Scorch targets, grants melee energy. Again, Scorch enemies, grant melee energy, scorch them with your melee, rinse and repeat. Now, one of the keys to this is going to be using Classy Restoration. It allows me to drop a Rift that's empowering, but also being able to heal me when I use my Rift, which is huge. And then I also have my Overload Grenade just in case I need that. And then Elemental Light here. I'm also rocking Well of Ordnance, Elemental Armaments, Font of Might, and then Elemental Ordnance here. And then I also have Harmonic Siphon. So I'll generate some Orbs of Light, generate some wells pretty much all the time by using solar weapons here. And yeah, overall, I really enjoy this build because I like applying Scorch to enemies and being able to continuously damage them constantly. I also like using weapons, abilities, and armor that I don't see used all the time because I feel like it adds a lot of variety. There's so many options in Destiny right now, and this is one that, again, Daybreak, the Firebolt Grenade, I just don't see them all that often, and I wanted to make use of them as much as possible. Again, your primary and heavy weapons don't really matter. It depends on the content you're running, whether you need some champion mods are, what type of shields you need to break if you're in something like Grandmasters, if you're in something like anything with match game, for example. So you can mix those up quite a bit. I was running Part on Ardust, which is a grenade launcher, because I do have Warp of Weapon on that, and then also Ascendancy because I do a lot of damage. It's a solar weapon that has the Explosive Light perk on it, so I'm generating orbs from my solar weapons, and then I'm able to use Explosive Light. I'm also going to combine that when I'm Radiant, and it just really works out for me personally really, really well, but you're free to mix and match that as much as possible because I know everyone has their favorites as far as heavy. You can run a sword, you can run other rockets, you can run basically anything you could think of with that and still do just fine. Overall, I really, really enjoy this build, mostly because it allows me to clear ads very, very quickly, but also applying those Scorch stacks and do damage over time. I can hit fire Skyburners pretty much all the time while I'm tossing out my different abilities, and it's just a lot of fun for me personally. I also get to use Daybreak, which I don't get a chance to use very often in PvE, so for that reason, I'm absolutely loving this, and I hope to do more variety builds in the future with my Solar 3.0 characters. Now, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. It also shows you want to see more of these builds going forward. Let me know in the comments down below, what underused exotic weapon or armor should I try to make a Solar 3.0 build with? And what ones do you think I should really focus on going forward? Because I love mixing and matching. I love creating builds that not a lot of people are using, and this is just one example of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is JoPaWrites, and I'll catch you all later.